So what is up, guys? Nick here, helping you to master your technology. iPhone SE 2020 versus the OnePlus 8 speed test. Let's begin with a boot up in 3, 2, 1 and see which one can get there first. Now we are dealing with a Snapdragon 865. This is the first time we're testing the 865 versus the Apple A13 here in the SE. We have tested against the 11 series, but I'm talking about against the SE here. So you can see that the OnePlus also does give you 12 gigabytes of RAM, or you can get it with 8, but this iPhone SE just beat the OnePlus on the boot up with its measly 3 gigabytes of RAM. So the SE gets the win on its boot up test. So both the SE and the OnePlus 8 do have fingerprint sensors. So let's see which one is a bit quicker here. So let's go in 3, 2, 1. And you can see the OnePlus 8 is a little faster. 3, 2, 1. Again, a little bit quicker there. One more time. 3, 2, 1. You can see the animation speed of that unlock is just quicker, and it's in display. So if you like, the fingerprint inside of the display, you'll like that phone. But if you like a physical, reliable button, you'll like the SE as well. But both of them are very fast. I just think that animation speed is quicker to unlock on the OnePlus. This one also has face unlock through the camera, although not very secure. So quickly confirming the software before we go any further, iOS 13.4.1 for the SE. Over here on the OnePlus 8, you can see we have Android 10 coupled with Oxygen OS 10.5.5. So we have arrived at the application portion of this speed test. Everything closed out for the OnePlus 8, everything closed out for the iPhone SE. Default animations here. Let's go into clock. You can see a little bit faster there for the OnePlus 8. We're gonna go into calculator. You can see the animation is very fast on the OnePlus 8, a little smooth on the iPhone SE, but still, that OnePlus 8 just feels like a rocket in day-to-day use, as does the SE, but it's just got a slower animation in my opinion. Let's go into settings. You can see right there, OnePlus 8 will come home. Let's go into App Store, Play Store. You can see, I think that was the SE maybe, but it was almost identical performance, but the SE is a little rocket beast performer. Let's go into PUBG Mobile and we'll see which one can load this up first. Now you do have Fanatic mode, gaming mode here for the OnePlus 8 and a bigger screen, a bigger battery. So there are benefits over on this phone, over this device, definitely. But you do have a better processor, at least for gaming, it seems like on the SE. The SE did load up PUBG faster. We'll go to start the match, see which one can get in the match first. However, you have to think about the battery life, because in gaming, the SE drains extremely quick compared to a phone like this. But still, if you're just looking for performance, the SE probably is going to win out here every time in the gaming round. You seen right there, beats the OnePlus 8. Definitely beats it there. Pretty clear to see that. Let's come home. Let's go into Dead Trigger 2. And it's not like neither one of them can play games smooth. They can both play games very smooth. It just seems a little faster on Apple's iPhone SE. You can see right there. That might be because it's developed better. Who knows? But anyway, once you're in, nobody's gonna think twice about that, because both of them do perform well. In casual games though, they are about the same to load up stuff. So you see the OnePlus 8 actually faster there to load up. So yeah, once you get in the casual stuff, it doesn't really even matter. We'll play here on both. And again, you just got to choose. Do you care about the smaller screen? Do you want the larger screen? Do you want the better battery life? There's a lot of other factors that matter here. Let's go into Instagram. And you can see Instagram, well, looks like the OnePlus 8 had that one. And again, very fast scroll, 90 hertz, no 90 hertz here on the iPhone SE. A lot of people say, why do you do that? Nobody's gonna do that in the real world. I know, I'm just showing you the performance. And you can say, well, nobody's gonna scroll like that, but you can also scroll the OnePlus 8 very smooth too. You don't have to only scroll it very fast. That's just something it's capable of doing. Whereas the SE can only scroll like this. And then you go like that, it's just not quite as snappy. And sometimes that can be useful. If you wanna go find an old post, you just wanna get through all that stuff real quick, it might be useful. Let's go into Twitter, and you can see Twitter first there for the right. We'll go over here to my profile page, and you can see pretty similar there. Again, in Twitter, a little bit faster scrolling on the OnePlus. We'll come home. So let's go into YouTube and see what we get here. So it looks like the OnePlus was a little bit quicker when scrolling through Again, fast scroll, smooth scroll on the left. Pretty good performance on both. Again, this is gonna be a much better viewing experience as it's an OLED display. YouTube videos are gonna just pop on this phone, but again, you could still run it here. Let's go on to eBay. And you can see eBay first here for the OnePlus, the iPhone SE, then comes along. Let's go into Best Buy. You can see OnePlus faster again over that iPhone SE over there. And let's go over here and let's go into Amazon. You can see OnePlus again faster than the SE over there. So this is one of the first Android phones. Well, we haven't tested many against it, but beating the SE in a lot of rounds here. Let's go into Geekbench. And again, the OnePlus faster to load up Geekbench than the SE. So don't sleep on this phone just because it's not, you know, it's not as cheap as it used to be. It's still a powerhouse performer over here in the OnePlus. Let's go into speed test. You can see faster for the SE there. So I call this kind of a mixed round. I mean, you know, the SE is faster in gaming. Some people say that's where it counts. Not everybody games. Day-to-day performance on regular apps, it looks like the OnePlus just feels snappier to open. And remember, this is just default animations. We could beast mode this out. We could put, you know, extra fast animations and make it even snappier looking than it is. So I think the phone that feels faster is the OnePlus. I think the phone that's technically faster, if you want to do benchmarks, you want to do gaming, that's going to be the A13 CPU. Okay, guys, so let's do some RAM management on both to see if they do reload anything. Nothing so far. Let's go into Geekbench and let's go into Amazon. You can see pretty good on both of them here. And let's go into Best Buy. You can see no problems there. We're going to go into eBay now. You can see again, no problems on either. We'll go into YouTube. And what's impressive is that for the SE having such a lower amount of RAM, it doesn't really reload much or hang much of anything, but it will reload if you have too many things open. Whereas the 12 gig of RAM on the right over here won't reload much of anything. Let's go into Dead Trigger. And so if you want to do multitasking, you can do that on the OnePlus. It has split screen mode. You don't got that for the smaller iPhone SE. I mean, you probably wouldn't want to do that on a phone that small, but you can see both of them doing very well here when it comes to reopening their apps, keeping them in a nice state. So you can just get right back into what you're doing day to day. I wouldn't call this a big difference. I think it's pretty impressive for 3 gigs of RAM, but this is still pretty impressive as well. You don't see anything stuttering, reloading, anything like that. Scrolling through the pages, I will say that the OnePlus again just feels smoother just because it has that 90 Hertz display. But this one, it's not like this one feels unsmooth. This feels very smooth as well because iOS is just a very smooth software to begin with. Okay, so we're gonna run a SunSpider test. Let's hit start now and see which one has a faster JavaScript score here. Now, the iPhone has been beating a lot of Androids and other devices in this round, so I think it's probably gonna win out here once again, but you could see 103.5, that's pretty in line with my other speed test. Doesn't seem to be improving that much versus 334.3 ms. So, but both of them are gonna be very smooth and fast on the day-to-day. You're not really gonna notice or care about these numbers when it comes to real-world performance. However, what you will notice is that if you get out in 5G territory, you're probably gonna have a little bit better performance when it comes to mobile performance on the OnePlus 8 just due to the 5G versus this one over here. But on Wi-Fi, both very fast, both have Wi-Fi 6. So let's go ahead now and run a CPU benchmark on both. You can see we do have 2.88 gigs of RAM there. Over here we do have, let's see, model number, we do have Adreno 650, Android 10, 397 PPI. If we go over here to device settings, you'll see 11.3 gigs of RAM available. Let's go ahead now and run it, and I'll be back when the scores are done. Okay, so our final Geekbench scores are in, and you can see that the SE wins out here on the single by far, like around 400 points. The OnePlus wins out in the multi, but the OnePlus actually is not winning out by as much as you think. For some reason, I keep getting lower scores after running all these apps. Now, I have seen much higher score on the multi-core from the SE, all the way up to 3,200, so it might not technically be as big of a difference as you're seeing right here, but let's go ahead now and go into the speedtest.net. We're gonna run a Wi-Fi speed test to see if they pull in around the same performance. We'll go ahead and run this here first on the SE, but you can see right there, 238 download, massively quick there for the SE Wi-Fi 6 performance. Upload, my upload's not as strong as my download. Let's go ahead and do a download here for the OnePlus 8 and see if it can pull in similar results. Looks like the OnePlus 8 pulling in slightly worse here on the download, actually quite a bit worse there, about 30 megs down difference. But will it do a better upload? We'll see right here. You can see also pretty good though. I mean, it's not like it's a bad performance, but the SE has won out here on this one, but it has lost out on the upload. So I would say overall, you're gonna get a similar Wi-Fi experience on both of these, but the SE might lose out just a bit if this one does get connected to a strong 5G network. So that's it. That's my speed test of the SE versus the OnePlus 8. You've seen the SE technically can be faster in the processor. You've seen the single core score was higher. The multi-core score was higher on the OnePlus 8. Very high score there on multi for an Android device. This one has 12 gigabytes of RAM. The Snapdragon 865 is a beast. So is the A13, a proven chipset. But in the real world, which one feels faster? Well, I can tell you that's the OnePlus 8. This phone, you're gonna use it, you're gonna be like, wow, this thing is blazing quick. Everything you do, the animations are quick. Everything just, it's like almost too fast in some scenarios, I would say. Some people are gonna be like, what do you mean? It can never be too fast. People have a need for speed. But the SE is a subtle speed. Like, you know it's quick, it never lags, it's smooth, it doesn't really have stupid quick animations. It just has a really smooth overall, you know it's never gonna let you down kind of performance on it, and even better than older iPhones. So yeah, that's kind of how I would sum it up. Both of them under the hood though are some beast devices. But if you guys want to see which one is the better pick to buy, let me know if you want to see that comparison down below. I will consider doing that. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. Stay safe, stay well. Nick here. I will catch you all in the next one, and peace.